Hi everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving into the March 2025 Naples Real Estate Market Report. Whether you're buying, selling, or just curious about what's happening here in Naples, Florida, this update is packed with information you need to know. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Terry Pasquarelli, Realty One Group MVP. There's a shift happening here. We've officially entered a buyer's market for the first time in several years. But don't worry, that doesn't mean prices here are plummeting. In fact, in many segments, especially single-family homes, values are holding steady. Let's discuss what's driving these changes and what it means for you. The headline this month, inventory is up again. We've seen a 36% increase in homes for sale compared to March of last year. That's over 7,400 properties on the market now, compared to about 5,500 a year ago. This increase means more choices for buyers, more negotiating room, and less competition. It also reflects a slowdown in buyer urgency. Homes are now taking an average of 86 days to sell, up from 68 days last March. And here's something to note. For the first time since before the pandemic, we've exceeded pre-COVID inventory levels. That's a shift in balance from a tight seller's market that we've seen in recent years. So why is this happening? A few reasons. First, more homeowners are listing while they still see strong values. Second, buyers are waiting things out, expecting prices to fall or mortgage rates to change. And third, economic uncertainty has made some people hesitant to jump into the real estate market. So, what does a buyer's market actually mean for you? Well, right now in Naples, we have over 11 months of inventory. That's up from about 7.7 months this time last year. Typically, anything close to 12 months is considered a stable to buyer's market in Naples. It means supply is exceeding demand, and that puts pressure on sellers to adjust their prices or to offer better terms. In March, we saw over 3,300 price decreases, which is the most ever recorded in a single month. But interestingly, even with all these markdowns, pending sales dropped again by about 7%. That tells us buyers are cautious and are waiting for the right deal. But if you're a serious buyer, this is your chance. There is less urgency, there's more room to negotiate, and sellers are becoming more flexible with offers and contingencies. Now here's the part that many people are surprised by. Prices remain largely stable. The overall median sold price in the Naples area rose 0.1% year over year to about $650,000, barely a change. More notably, the median price for single-family homes stayed exactly the same as last March, holding still at $770,000. That's a sign of resilience in that large segment of our active inventory. Condo prices saw a bit more movement, dropping 7.1% from last year. That's likely due to an increased supply in specific neighborhoods, a little more competition from new construction, and questions about how new condominium regulations might affect certain communities. So what does this tell us? The Naples market isn't crashing, it's correcting. Sellers are making adjustments, but we're not seeing a dramatic drop in value, especially for desirable, well-located homes. If you're thinking of selling, here's the big takeaway. Price it right or risk sitting on the market. We're seeing a clear pattern. Homes that come out at a fair market value are still selling, and faster than you might expect. But if you list too high and hope the market comes to you, well, you could be facing months of price cuts and continued carrying costs. Also keep in mind, some neighborhoods, especially in places like Aqualane Shores, Old Naples, and Lake Park, are seeing an oversupply of spec homes. That makes it more important to stand out with smart pricing and a strong presentation of the home when prospective buyers schedule a showing appointment. And if you bought at the peak during the pandemic or just after, or invested in major renovations, it's time for realistic expectations. You may not recoup every dollar, but you can still walk away with a profit if you approach your sale strategically. For buyers, this is one of the best windows we've seen in years. more homes to choose from, more sellers willing to negotiate, more time to make thoughtful decisions without being rushed or pulled into bidding wars. And even though mortgage rates are still influencing buyer behavior, you might find sellers willing to offer credits or other incentives, especially on homes that have been on the market for a while. One thing to remember, Naples is different from many other markets. This is not just an investment market, it's a lifestyle market. People move here for quality of life, weather, and community, and that keeps long-term value intact. So while you may be able to find a better deal today than you could a year ago, don't wait forever. The best homes, well-priced and well-located ones, are still going to sell. So to wrap it all up, we're in a buyer's market in Naples with more listings, longer days on market, and motivated sellers. But pricing remains surprisingly stable, especially for single-family homes. Whether you're buying or selling, strategy matters more than ever. And that's where having a knowledgeable local expert comes in. If you want help navigating the numbers, understanding your neighborhood, or building a smart plan, let's talk. And be sure to like this video, subscribe for more monthly updates, and drop any questions in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're seeing in the Naples market. I'm Terry Pasquarelli, Realty One Group MVP at 239-300-6047. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next month with more real estate insights from beautiful Naples, Florida.